positive charge and a negative charge. No third kind of charge. So the matter is charged. After charging this matter, this object, what happens? What change taken place? When the matter is neutral, it is not able to exert force on the other. That is electrical force. We are not talking about the gravitational force. There is gravitational force between the two objects anywhere or any size. But we are talking about the electrical nature of force. That is electrostatic force. When the matter is neutral, it is not able to exert the electrical force on the other object. But once it is charged, it is acquiring that property to exert force on the other charged object or other neutral object. Two things can happen, that any charged object can apply force on other charged object or other uncharged object also. On the uncharged object also it can exert the force. That property is developed once the object is charged. So what is charged object? If any object is able to exert the electrical force on the other charged or uncharged object, then it is known as the charged object. Right. So now we got the charged object. So how can we make the charged object? By removing or adding the electron to the matter. Then how can this electron can be removed or added into it? For this, there is a simple process. Any matter can be charged by rubbing with each other. By rubbing with each other. That is, charging of matter is taken place by rubbing. On rubbing with each other, there is a friction on both the surfaces, because you people know about the friction. By rubbing with each other, due to friction, that the matter which is neutral now become charged. Due to friction, the matter is charged. So by this method we can charge any material, any kind of material. For this, we take the simple activity. The simple activity, it was also, that is, any matter can be charged. This the property, the phenomena which was invented by the scientist Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, who performed the activity and found that any matter can be charged by various methods, and this is one of the methods. For this, there is a simple activity. The simple activity, it was that just taking a glass rod. This is a glass rod we are taking, right? And another, the pair of this glass rod is silk cloth. This is silk cloth. There are so many materials which can be charged. So basically these two materials were chosen to perform this activity. So individually the glass rod and the silk cloth, they are neutral. Before doing anything, glass rod and the silk cloth are neutral. Means they are not able to exert force on the other objects, electrical force on the other objects. But when these two materials are rubbed with each other, the glass rod is rubbed on the silk cloth. Due to friction, what happens? Electron is transferred from one material to another material. So during this process, both these glass rod and silk cloth got charged. They got charged. Glass rod is charged and the silk cloth is also charged. Now this charged, we are saying after rubbing these two things, they got charges. They are charged. How can we come to know whether these glass rod and the silk cloth are charged? We must be observed. We have to observe We need the observation. So how can we get that observation? For this also, the simple activity can be done. Right? The simple activity is, this glass rod, once it is rubbed with the silk cloth, we are saying this is charged. And this glass rod is suspended from a string and fixed on a stand. Suppose this is the stand and the string. From the string, the glass rod is suspended. Right? Let us take this is the glass rod number 1. Then after this, take one more glass rod. One more glass rod. This is glass number 2. Glass rod number 2. This also rubbed with the silk cloth. Here we are saying this is also charged. So we took 2 glass rods and both are charged with the silk cloth separately. Glass rod 1, it gets charged. Glass rod 2, it also gets the charge. Right? So it also gets the charge. Then we are bringing the second glass rod nearer to the first one. Nearer to the first one. Here we see both the glass rod, they are made up of same kind of material. Made up of same kind of material. Right? So when we bring these two same kind of material which are charged separately, when they are bringing closer to each other, what happens? It is observed that the suspended glass rod is moving away from it. That means it is repelling. It is repelling. So, same kind of material, both are rubbed with the silk cloth. Suppose if we assume the glass rod lost an electron, so it gets positive charge. So obviously this is also the same kind of material, so it also lost electron. So that means both the material got the same kind of charges, and from this we can see that the same kind of charges or similar charges are repelling each other, and also conclusion that same kind of material develops same kind of charge, same kind of charges are repelling each other. This is one conclusion. That is, similar charges are repelling each other. And then same kind of material develops same kind of charges. Glass rod, both the glass rod, they develop same kind of charge when rubbed with the silk cloth. Right. This is one conclusion we got. The similar charges repel each other. Then in the next step, what we are going to take? That we take a plastic scale, another kind of material, plastic scale. This plastic scale is rubbed with the woolen cloth. It is rubbed with the woolen cloth or polythene. It may also rubbed with the wool or polythene. On rubbing this, again due to friction, both get charges. Plastic scale and woolen cloth both get charges. Here this plastic scale is going to bring nearer to this, placed nearer to it. We should not touch it. Just it should be placed nearer, closer to it. Here this is glass rod which was suspended, and this one is plastic scale. Both are rubbed with some other material. Glass rod was rubbed with the silk cloth. Plastic scale, it is rubbed with the woolen cloth. In this case, if we bring these two things, it is observed that the glass rod is moving towards the plastic scale. That means it is showing attraction. It is showing attraction. So, different materials, obviously they produce different kind of charges. So, therefore, different kind of charges, dissimilar charges are attracting each other. Similar charges repel each other, dissimilar charges attract each other. Same kind of material develops same kind of charges, different kind of material produce different kind of charges, or different kind of material can also produce same kind of charges. Right? Here you see the glass rod and the silk cloth, this is one pair. Plastic scale and woolen cloth, this is another pair. This is glass rod and a silk cloth, one pair of materials, plastic scale and a woolen cloth, they are another pair of materials. Now in this, in the beginning, Benjamin Franklin conventionally he assumed only that the glass rod develops positive charges. He conventionally used this method, that's all. After that, many experiments were performed, and observed and find that the glass rod, obviously the glass rod is actually developing positive kind of charge, but at that time he conventionally used that the glass rod is developing positive charge, means glass rod is losing an electron to the silk cloth. So once the glass rod become positively charged, obviously the silk cloth gets negative charge. And in this case, the glass rod is attracting the plastic scale. That means they are different kind of charges. So since the plastic glass rod is positively charged, obviously the plastic scale should be negative. When the plastic scale is negative, then the woolen cloth should be positive, because oppositely charged material are attracting each other. Or if two materials are rubbing each other, if one is gaining positive charge, another one should be negative, because glass rod is losing electron. That lost electron is taken by the silk cloth. So the silk cloth become negative. So in this way, we find that